Hey everybody, Comic Book Steve here again with another haul. Man, I know I said I was going to take a break, but these stores keep doing sales. It's hard to resist. So the New England Comics has been having their 50% off sale for the past few weeks. Last week was supposed to be the last week of it. That's why I ended up going to the store last weekend. But they extended it again. Not again. They extended it to this past weekend. Um, because this past Saturday and Sunday was tax-free holiday, I guess, in all stores for Massachusetts. So not only was there 50% off back issue sale at New England, but they also had tax-free purchases. So I couldn't resist. I had to take a trip out to one of them. The stack I have is not huge. It's about all I have to show off. But I'm working at home today. It's lunchtime. I'm bored, and I got this in my head to do a little haul video. And once I get something on my mind, it's hard for me to forget about it. So I figured I'd do this now while I was in the mood, and then if I get more books during the next couple of weeks, I'll just do another video. Anyway, so that's where we're at. A lot of these are Spider-Man books. Filling in some gaps for my collection. I'd say about 95% of them are Spider-Man books, but anyway, we all like Spider-Man, right? So here, let's start with new releases. These are what I picked up on Wednesday. Secret Wars #5. Let me move the camera back a little bit. I didn't realize it was out of frame. Hold on with me 1 second. Alright, that's a little better. Okay, so Secret Wars #5. This is I think it's a 1 in 15 variant. Pretty cool Doctor Doom cover with different incarnations of Doctor Doom from various universes. You got your 2099, your Ultimate, and Doctor Strange Doom. I don't know which universe that's from. Maybe someone could tell me. I'm gonna guess Earth X, but not too sure on that. And then you get your 616 version up in the front over there. I'm trying to make a habit of getting like at least the 1 in 10 variants instead of not picking up the regular edition of most of these books that I'm gonna be picking up from here on. I just like having a copy that's a little rarer. I guess it all depends on which cover I like better. If the variants are all like crappy covers, I'm not gonna pick those up over the regular version. But in this case, I wasn't too crazy about the regular version, even though I like Alex Ross. I don't have it to display here, but it has Doom on the cover. It has like his face tearing or something. And it has like pictures of the Beyonder, kind of spiraling out his face. If you look up Secret Wars 5 regular cover, I'm sure you can see it on Google Images. But it really bothers me because that's the second time they put the Beyonder, the 80s. It's the 80s Beyonder with the curly hair and the Elvis, Michael Jackson, whatever kind of jumpsuit. And they put him on the cover of that, and they did it before during Time Runs Out on an Avengers cover. But he doesn't appear anywhere in either of those books, either this one or the Time Runs Out series. The only thing that deals with Beyonders in both of those books, this one included, is it's dealing with the Beyonders, the alien race that look nothing like that Jerry Curl jumpsuit Beyonder that we all know from the original 2 Secret Wars. So just every time I see that on like a solicitation, I'm like, oh cool, they're gonna throw. We're finally gonna see how that Beyonder fits into this whole Secret Wars thing. But he's not in it, and they don't talk about him specifically. They talk about the Beyonders, like I said, but it feels like it's misleading. I really hate when covers do that, although it's pretty common nowadays. But it still sucks, you know. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's where we're at with this one. I think I paid 10 for this, which might have been a little too much, but there's another store that charges about 7 or 8 for like a 1 in 10, 1 in 15 variant. Maybe this is 1 in 25. I don't know. I'll have to look it up. But I didn't feel like taking a trip out to 2 stores that day. I only have an hour on my lunch time from work, so wasn't gonna be able to fit that in. So I paid the extra 2 for it. This is Amazing Spider-Man 20.1. This is the 1 in 10 variant. I haven't been following the Spiral series that Jerry Conway has been doing. I only got this one for 2 reasons. One, because I really like Nick Bradshaw's rendition of Spider-Man, who did the variant here. The other reason is because it's technically, in numerical order, it's the last issue in Volume 3 of The Amazing Spider-Man. The Dan Slott non-point 1 series ended at 18, I think. But for some reason, inexplicably, this Spiral series that Jerry Conway has been doing has started at, like, I think 16.1, and then part 2 is at 17.1, and then it just went. It increased numerically, but added a 0.1 to every number. So it ended up going past what the last issue of the series was, which was 18, and doing a 19.1 and a 20.1, even though there was no 19 and there was no 20. I don't know what the hell they were thinking with that, but here we are, 20.1. In numerical order, it's the last issue of Volume 3 before they relaunch it in Volume 4, once again, in October. So that's where that is. I don't really care for the storyline. Read this issue, still don't really care for it. Yeah, that's where we are with that. Then we get into the 50% off books that I picked up. Like I said, most of these are Amazing Spider-Man. We get Amazing Spider-Man 641, part of One Moment in Time. Pretty nice looking copy there. I think I paid $2 for that. And then we get not 559. First appearance of, it's either Paper Cuts or Paper Doll. Not a significant character, but I think it's cool to grab any first appearances of relatively interesting Spider-Man villains or supporting cast members. You never know where they're gonna pop up. I doubt they'd use this character in here in anything other than like an animation. I just don't think it would translate very well to like live action. But you never know, right? I used to think that Ant-Man would never translate to live action, and here we are, and there's an Ant-Man movie. So yeah, that's that. I think I paid maybe $2 for that also. Amazing Spider-Man 304. I think I paid $3 for this. Just another McFarlane issue that I didn't have. This one's got some pretty crappy spine roll there. But other than that, it's really solid, so I thought I'd grab it. Amazing 154. This is a pretty decent copy as well. It's got some shipping up on the right over here. Other than that, I think it's fairly solid. Nothing really stands out at me as being a major problem. This was, I think, $3 as well after the sale. Man, I really hate that 70s Sandman suit he's got on. It hardly even looks like him, other than obviously being sand. But it just looks pretty awkward. These ones are pretty cool. $6.49, and I'll throw this one in at the same time. $6.51. So these two I paid. These were at cover price in the back issue bin, so I paid. Instead, I think it was $4 for the cover price, so I paid $2 for each of them. I'm really excited to get these because they're not like super expensive, but unless you go to like an online store, like my comic shop in Mile High want I think like $15 at the least for them. There's nothing significant really other than that they're early in the big time run, and they have early appearances of this Spider-Man costume and the new Hobgoblin, and they have Black Cat in at least $6.51. But in the year that I've been actively collecting again, I have never seen these in the wild, especially $6.49. I might have seen 651 once, but it was probably like $8 or something. 649 I have a really hard time finding in the wild, so I was really glad to find these. And I've been to that store repeatedly, and I've never seen it there, so they must have gotten some new stock in, which is nice. And these are really, really excellent copies. Nothing wrong with them. So I'm pretty happy to have them. I don't know what the prices go on eBay for these. I doubt there's nothing super significant about them other than that it's early big time, and maybe they were lower printed than other runs. I'm not too sure on that. I would guess, since the online stores try to charge more for them. I might have to check the eBay prices on these, see what they go for. But my guess is that these aren't like these don't cost a lot on eBay. They're just maybe rare for an Amazing Spider-Man book. But if you're an Amazing Spider-Man fan, if you at least see 649, I would pick it up. At least in the Massachusetts area, I've never seen this in the wild, but maybe that's just Massachusetts. I also grabbed 652, another early big time. I don't think I see this one very often either, but I might have seen it once or twice, so thought I'd grab it. This is 655, really awesome white cover, really clean. I've seen copies of this before that are kind of musty. This is probably one of the best standalone Amazing Spider-Man books in recent time. Marcos Martin did the art. Dan Slott wrote it. Marcos Martin, I think, is the modern epitome of Spider-Man artist, or is the I'm stumbling my words, but he is the epitome of a Spider-Man artist in the modern era. There we go. I think his rendition is amazing. I love anything he does that has Spider-Man in it, and yeah, I would love to get a signature on something. But anyway, this is one of my favorite books of the modern era of Spider-Man, the last like 10 years. And then we get into 657 when Spider-Man's reflection on the Human Torch dying. Of course, he came back like a year later. 663. This is a anti-Venom appearance. Not bad. I think all these newer ones I paid $2 for. This was $1. Peter Parker number 48. This is the first appearance of Enigma. She is an Indian vigilante or villain. I don't think she was a villain. I think she was a vigilante, maybe, or I don't know. Actually, she might have just been a hero that I know they fought. Spider-Man and her fought in the beginning of this arc, so that makes me think that she's a vigilante. But it might have just been one of those hero misunderstandings, and then later on they teamed up. I don't remember the full storyline very well. But anyway, this is her first appearance. Again, not a super popular character, long forgotten. She was never used, as far as I know, after this storyline. But it's cool, again, to have a first appearance of a Spider-Man supporting cast character, or Spider-Man friend, I guess. And yeah, so it was $1, nothing special. But you never know where these characters are going to pop up. So if I find cheap first appearances of Spider-Man characters, I usually grab them, even though I'm not trying to complete a collection of Peter Parker Spider-Man. Maybe one day. Marvel Knights Spider-Man number 20, the Scarlet Spider variant. I probably paid the most for this out of all the books in this lot, other than that Secret Wars variant. This was ticketed as 10, so it was $5 after the sale. Not too bad. Trying to get all these Mike Winergo variants from the other storyline. I think I'm almost there, but this was one of the important ones. I have a love-hate relationship with these variants. I love that they put all these costumes on the cover, but and I love Mike Winergo. He passed away a few years ago, which is a shame because he had some really awesome and unique style. But as far as these covers go, it kind of looks like the proportions on Spider-Man makes it look like he's a child. I don't know. It looks like he has like really short limbs. which is unfortunate. But other than that, I really love that they did a lot of renditions of the same pose in different costumes. So that's that. A plus X #1, the Spider-Man 50 Years variant. I think I paid maybe $2 for this. Really nice copy. Nothing too special about this other than that it's a Spider-Man variant. Runaways #2, paid $1 for that. This, I thought it was the first appearance of this character here, who is the son of Ultron. It's just another android that Ultron made and calls him his son, much like he made him much like other androids that Ultron's made over the years, like Costa and Vision. And true to form, this is another one that didn't side with Ultron and ended up becoming a hero and joining the Runaways. So maybe Ultron should rethink his plans and stop making androids for the Avengers to recruit. But anyway, this is his second appearance. He just happens to be on the cover here. His first appearance is in issue 1 of this series, which I have the second print of. Again, not a super popular character or anything. I just, if I can get a first appearance for cheap of a relatively interesting character, I will do so. And the last one I got was Runaways #1 from the Secret Wars miniseries. So I was really excited when this book came out, when I was solicited, and when I heard it was going to come out, because I was a fan of the Runaways during the first 2 series, and it's been a shame that they haven't really done too much with them. But then the subpar reviews for this kind of made me lose interest in picking up the book. So I didn't pick up the book when it came out. The only thing I wanted to get was this cover. So I figured if I could find this variant, I'll get it. If I couldn't, I wouldn't get it. The day of release, none of the stores I went to had this book or this cover. So I was like, okay, I just won't get it. But then at New England this weekend, they had this in their variant bin for $6. So with the 50% off, I got it for $3, which is less than cover price, which I thought was pretty nice. So I thought I'd snatch this one. Really nice copy, nothing wrong with it. I love that cover. It's an homage to the original Runaways cover. Yeah, so that's about all I have to say about that. That is all my books. Like I said, small haul. We went on kind of long here, 17 minutes. I guess I talked too much. But yeah, so I don't have anything super big that I'm going to be picking up in the next few weeks. I have 1 or 2 books I'm looking at on eBay that I might grab, and maybe I'm saving I'm accumulating a cart of books on my comic shop, just like putting. I like putting books in the virtual cart. Makes me feel like I'm shopping, even though I'm not spending money. But then eventually, once I accumulate enough credit from trading in hardcovers and stuff to them, then I'll purchase the stuff in the cart. So I have some that I'm looking at to pick up. Nothing like super special, but definitely books that I need to get to check off numbers on my list. Yeah, that's about it, guys. Hopefully I'll have something in the next few weeks. I might put together a video dealing with some subjects in comics that I've been dying to talk about, but I haven't really found a reason to in these hauls. So I might do that soon. And I keep talking about it, but I really want to do a subscriber contest. I was going to do one for 100 subscribers. I just hit 150 not too long ago, so it'll be a 150 subscriber contest. So I'm going to do that really soon. I apologize. I know I keep saying that. I am really lazy. The only thing I'm not lazy at is being lazy. And eventually we'll get that started up. And I really appreciate you guys watching videos, commenting, liking, all that stuff. This is a lot of fun for me to interact with you guys. And yeah, I hope I can keep doing this for long. I have some interesting ideas I'd like to get started for this channel. I need to make some purchases to make that happen, but it's not super expensive. So as long as I can stop being lazy for like 5 minutes, I can do that. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a good week. Take care.